Welcome back. I'm here with Scott Helton, who is the superintendent from Magoffin County, and he's also, I believe, vice chairman of the Kentucky Valley Educational Cooperative. So we appreciate your leadership, and I know you had a board meeting today. Fire Summit. What is the value of sending teachers, educators, students to the Fire Summit?
This is even though this is my second year as superintendent, I've been coming to the summit for a few years now as a central office administrator, and just being here over the last 2 years, I've really focused on what it means to our teachers to be able to come and show the great things that they're doing in their classroom, and it also gives our students the opportunity to come and be around other students that are doing some things. And I just left a session a few minutes ago, and I thought it was great. One of the kids in there said, and it wasn't one of my students, but it was another kid that said, I really enjoyed today. I didn't think I would have a good time today, but I really enjoyed it. And just giving them the opportunity to talk about what they plan on doing in their classroom today and for the upcoming year, and then following through with that, and then coming back in the spring and showing those results. It gives them some challenges, but it also builds leadership within our schools. And I'm not talking about just leadership from teachers' perspectives, but also with our students. It gives them some ownership in some of the things that are going on in their schools, and helps them build pride, build culture. And to me, we talked about in our board meeting today, we see a lot more kids participating, and that's what we're here for. It's all about kids.
What is the value of Magoffin County being part of a consortium of other school districts?
Well, when you cross district lines in the past, we've always competed against each other, and the most that we learned about districts was your high school principals usually knew the other high school principal because they competed in sports, or your superintendent knew the other superintendent, but not on a professional basis, but they knew who was superintendent. Now we have a partnership where we share ideas, where we share materials, and we share instructional practices, and that collaboration has come about in a large part because of KVEC and the role that they played in building that partnerships among many districts. And I've gotten to know people that I probably wouldn't have gotten to know them, because you stay so busy in your day-to-day activities, it's hard to build those relationships. But being able to have a connection here and access to a lot of various ideas and materials and people, it's been wonderful for our district.
And you mentioned educators and teachers, but it's also students, because you have two students who are a member of the Student Senate. There's all sorts of activities, so students learn each other about each other, not just in competitive events.
And they get to build that relationships and friendships, and you talk about it's not a competitive type nature event, but they get to see and hear about other schools, and they get to bring great ideas back to their schools and talk, and they get to communicate with these other Senate members, and they actually get to take on a larger role of representation for the district. Not only do they meet here in Pikeville or at Hazard, but we have a student that's going to be a couple of students that's going to be going to Frankfurt, and they represent the districts, and it's a win-win for our school district to have those kids out there building and promoting our district.
Magoffin County, the schools there are doing some very great things. So what is it you'd like people to understand about what's going on in Magoffin County?
Now at this point in time in the last couple of years, we've heard so much about funding and the budget cuts and the concerns about that. But the one thing that I would like to stress on, Ron, is that even though we're limited in funding, we are still continuing to promote what's best for our children, and we're having good practices take place. And when you're talking about the good things that are going on in Magoffin, right now, the one thing that I can say that we're focusing more on is individual students' needs, closing that gap, that achievement gap, meeting that need of that child. We're trying to change the way we approach that. In the past, we did a holistic type thing as the group, and now we're breaking it down, and our teachers are beginning to work more and more on individual needs of children, and we'll see a positive impact on that. I'm confident over the years to come.
Well, I was getting ready to end the interview now on that positive point, but Magoffin County just, I think, not too long ago lost its last coal company that was operating.
We have.
And so your county has been impacted as negatively as about any other county. And so what do you see in the role of what the schools there and the teachers and students can do to rebuild our economy?
We have to rebuild the community, the economy within our community. The role that I see the school having is we got to partner up with what existing businesses we have there, and to promote the good things that are going on in our school, not only with the existing businesses but for future potential businesses. To attract new business, you've got to have a solid foundation with a public school system. In my opinion, we've got to be able to offer those courses and those classes that will allow us to build students that are college and career ready, and open up those pathways to give them that avenue. But for Magoffin County, it's crucial that we prepare our students. We've had to change the way, and you just mentioned about some of our local coal companies have just shut down, and we've just now fully getting the effect. The last 4 or 5 years, we've been losing enrollment because of the loss of coal jobs, but we're losing funding and everything else is starting to impact. But we're changing the revenue and the way we're using our revenue and the way we're going in our approach. We've just started in our career and tech. I'll give you an example. Last year, we opened up a course in trying to get our kids prepared for working in the federal prisons or the local prisons. We've got a program that offers them an opportunity to go towards that field if they choose. We've got a nursing program that we're working on, and we've started a CNA program now, and we're trying to partner with our adult education system and those people that the non-traditional students. We're trying to find them avenues. So we're trying to reach out as much as we can in every aspect, but we've got to have a strong foundation. But the one thing that we have to do is we've got to do a better job of promoting what we do have going on in our schools.
Well, Scott, thank you so much.
But I
for
hope
being
I gave you
part
what you needed.
Oh, did you? Good interview. Thank you.